Hi there! When you're done with this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and also hit the bell for notifications so you can always see the video first. But most importantly, enjoy the show.
From the depths of time and space, one autistic weirdo has found his final obsession.
Oh yes, everybody, we are back. Who is we? Well, me. I am Zeke Fowler of Zeke Rambles and Cosmic Rejects. Both have underscores in the middle of them. And this is Man with Box, the Beastbox review show. And today we have ourselves a very special Beastbox. This is Zombietrack. As you can see, he is very different looking. It's humanoid, mechanical, insectoid, kind of a definitely carrying the zombie thing with sort of like that dead-eyed stare and the, of course, traditional hungover little T-Rex arms he's got going on. But yeah, no, you'll get to understand why he's like this in a minute. So here we are, big surprise. Zombietrack is a combiner who consists of two parts. This tracked ATV vehicle, it's kind of got all these different sort of rust colors, like a cobalt blue, kind of like a metallic browns, some copper greens, some copper, some rust reds. You know, looks like something that don't really run no more. Oh wait, yeah, that's not supposed to be like that. See, I know you can flip that open. Got a little seat right there, little handlebars. Something could ride around on it. And you got a tiny Beastbox could fit in there, like one of the axolotls or like those axolotls or like that fish I have that could fit in there, or fish you have if you choose to buy these. You know, so the world's a little crazy right now. I understand if you don't want to buy one, but you know, it's fun. And then the other component is this grasshopper. The ATV and the grasshopper do not have names. Only the combined form has a name. So I call him Head the Grasshopper and Body the ATV. And because they don't have names. You can name them, but you know, because they don't have names, you're free to name them whatever you want. We can get into them more individually here in a second. We'll start with Head. All right, so this is Head, the grasshopper. He too is all those like kind of rusty, all those kind of like rusty colors. Sans the blue. He does have a little bit of silver back here, and yeah, like his little like wings have little blasters. The legs got this kind of like click, 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 click. That's cool. That's kind of neat. You can do that. Very limited articulation. Like this rolls around. This is on a ball joint, and it can kind of go up and down by itself. It's got this little thing for the transformation. Only locks into place during the transformation. In robot mode, it just kind of rests, which, you know, I don't like, and I know the Beastbox, the 5.2 Toys Beastbox people have made toys of this size that lock together better, so it's not an excuse for them. If it's not an excuse, here's my rule. If it's not an excuse for the big guys, it's not an excuse for them, especially when they've done better than the big guys. And then so these kind of go around, the feet move, stuff like that. Head can go around, antenna move a bit, because of transformation. The thorax can go up and down, wings can move, wings can actually fold back and turn into little pew laser guns. And yeah, he's kind of like, actually kind of like I mentioned my fish earlier, he's honestly exactly like my Beastbox fish, in which you like, you know, sure, does he convey the form of a cricket or cricket locust grasshopper really well? Yes, but does he do really anything else? Nah. he's just a, you know, a fun bonus for the transformation. Actually, just realized something. I could get this out of the way. Because he turns into a box. 1 second, I can show you the transformation. And also, that makes, when I do the combined form in these next bits, a lot easier. So yeah, what you want to do is like kind of get this down straight and then flatten everything out. Everything's gonna like fold into each other, so yeah, fold that foot down, fold that foot in, kind of fold this around. Kind of hold that on. Here we are, and then you just kind of, that makes a perfect square, and of course, on the other side, it is second verse, same as the first. You just do it all over again. There we go. You just feel it together, and it fits together. And then, yeah, this folds. That should have been folded in properly. That's my bad. And then with my little meat hooks, my meat hooks, fold that in, get it all felt together, and then hold it out like that. Keep the head as is right now. Fold these back here. They're gonna hook onto the back, and then take the thorax and fold it in. By the way, a little bit of hollowing on the bottom, but you know, like I said, it's mostly just a statue that you're gonna look at. They're gonna be looking at it from like this direction, so you're never gonna see that hollowing. Yeah, then you're gonna take this. And, this is really hard. Even I forget how to do this part, but yeah, you just can go. Yeah, put it in like that. You wanna fold it. Alright, fold those over, fold those over. Alright, we're good. And then you're gonna take the body, fold it down, and then we're gonna, alright, well, we're good, we got that done. Alright, then fold, then twist this again. There you go. Ah, damn it. Like I said, I always fuck this part up. Shit. There we go. That's the direction. Flip it up for you. There you go. All right. So once you get the body, yeah, then probably better to do it like that. Once you get the body folded, make sure these insides are flat in there. That makes sense. Fold the head in. The head's fine. Then the antenna rests inside there, and then take the whole thing. Flip it all the way around. And then plug that part in. Do it again. There we are. Cube, and I hope that shows up well on the camera. I think it does. I know. The funny thing is, every time I do one of these and I'm like, oh, it looks like shit, it's not right, but it usually goes like, oh, no, it's not. I did it right. I'm just self-conscious. So yeah, and you know, fits in this, though. The thing is, you're never, ever going to use this because see, this is how you're gonna store this, by the way, in the back of this guy. And then, yeah. Speaking of this guy, all right, and now we have Body, the ATV, and you know, he's got a lot of personality for being a little bang up buggy that he is. He's also got all these tracks, so you know he's probably like roaming around in mud and like rock, harsh terrain. You just can't use wheels for. A tiny Beastbox can fit in there, any of them. If they don't fit, you just fold that down and they fit now. Yeah, he's a little flat, has no wheels on the bottom, but you know, he does slide, so you know you can still use the movement function. Movement function, Jesus Christ. It moves. If you want it to move or slide around, it does. But like I said, kind of like with the grasshopper, it's just a statue. It's just something to, like, you know, hey, it displays well. Now, here's the one knock I'm gonna give it besides it just displays well as its main feature. It does not turn into a box. So you would have to store it like a normal vehicle. You couldn't theoretically, you know, get one of these and then get a more traditional, larger Beastbox, and then, you know, and you could take this, put it in a bigger Beastbox thing, and put that all together in a shelf. This does not fold up or display. It just, you know, is there's little monster hands inside here, and, like, you know, a little bit of hollowing. Even though you see this little hollow piece, feel this. Listen to this. Everything else is made of a flimsier plastic. This thing that holds the whole piece together in vehicle mode is solid as fuck. You know? You can respect a toy company that understands which parts need to be the strongest, huh? Could you imagine if a bigger toy company didn't care about their plastic tolerance, especially if they were selling some kind of luxury product? Wouldn't that suck? All right, so like I said, he doesn't turn into a box, but he does turn into kind of a mech suit for the grasshopper head. So in order to do that, here's what you do. You go on the bottom, and take the bottom of these wheels, and you're going to pop them out, and you reveal the feet. You're gonna take the little sled feet here, push it forward. You have the little thing on the bottom. This is, when you get it like this, you're gonna roll it back up into wheel mode. When you get it like this, it's locked into his feet. So remember that. Same here. There we go. And then, here we go. Turn all that around. I should actually, yeah, yep, we're gonna do that. And then take these handlebars, fold them in. Take these legs, fold them out like so, and then fold them in like so. And then there's like a little track kind of in here. It doesn't like plug in, but it does like rest in. But also if you want to like, you know, display the legs like this, you can. But I'm gonna do what the box says for this video. And then do the same thing here. Well, also they're modular, so you know, you can just do that as well. You shouldn't, and you don't have to, but you know, it's modular. If you have the other Beastboxes with a similar ability, or the AMTS toys, this would also function as well. Yeah, we're good there, and then we're gonna unplug. Very difficult to do, but we're gonna unplug there. The same thing here, unplug there, and then we're gonna take the shoulders here. Well, take the shoulders here. Do the same. And then yeah, just to take the seat from the little body section here, and you're gonna detach that, and then you're gonna take this whole assembly and use the waist swivel. Yes, this toy has a waist swivel to actually fold up those armor pieces, and then use the waist swivel. Did I show that? Did I show that these flip up? These flip up, and you need these flip up, and if they're like this and they're not flipped up, it won't turn. So, hey, I just learned that right now, so how about that? All right, gonna fold that up, and then you're gonna take this peg here. It will go into that slot there, and then all of this will kind of fold down onto itself, collapse down. And then you got kind of like a Metal Gear, sorry about that. And then you got kind of a Metal Gear Rex looking thing right now. So, you know, if you wanted to do that, you could, but this is not in the instructions. It's just kind of like, you know, a Metal Gear Rex. But, you know, maybe it is a reference, who knows. Also, you're gonna take the head and then, well, the seat, and you're gonna fold that in to make a full chest armor. Then you're going to take the arms and go, this is kind of difficult to do. And then you go inside and then flip these all the way around. The way they want you to do it is kind of like have these as like ethereal extra arms, because you know, Grasshopper has 6 arms. And then flip that little piece up that does nothing, but it's a little panel. You flip it up because you could do it, but if you don't want to, you don't have to, but you're supposed to. And then I kind of flip these up, and then, you know, T-Rex them down, so you get like the MSMB arms. And then do the same thing here, open up that, detach, open up, flip around, and then, yeah, that's up just a little bit. That's a body mode. Okay, and to complete the transformation, you're gonna take the Grasshopper in box mode, and you're gonna flip out the head, kind of like you would if it was in bug mode. And you're gonna pull this out to get a little bit of extra neck, you know, kind of lets them look down, look side, you know. Gives them a little bit more work to do. And then you're gonna take the back here, fold up the guns, take the back here, fold up the guns, and then fold those in, and then yay. And then you see the peg here on the back where you were gonna store it in box mode. You connect that peg here, and then you fold the assembly in, and then da-da-da-da, scary monster, insect, cyborg, So yeah, this is the new faction in the Beastbox universe. These are the Beast Riders, or so these are Beast Ride characters, similar to their Beast Drive, in which they have a kind of like a little model building system where you can make little animals that transform into vehicles. This is kind of like a combination of both concepts into one. And look at that body. It's now it's a little bug tail. Anyway, I like him a lot. He is so unique in design and function. His articulation in theory is great, but in execution's not. But even then, I think it adds to it because he's supposed to be like a zombie. Also, another thing I like about this toy is like there's another one out there. We are going to review it. Don't worry, we're going to review that one. The other one looks like it's meant to come together. This looks like the grasshopper is infesting the old ATV and forcing it to be a robot mode. It doesn't look like something that's supposed to exist. It looks like something in a horror movie. It's like, but yeah. Getting to articulation, arms in theory go all the way around. If you don't like these out, I really don't. You can fold them up and fold them in, and then you got a better looking arm. The claws, a little bend forward, kind of praying mantis-y. Bends down, can rotate. Same on both sides. And then let's see the head. Head tilts. Head moves. Bang, bang. And then the legs. Legs got a lot of articulation, move in and out. A little bit of a thigh right there. You have an ankle pivot on his little sled feet, but they are little sled feet, and his legs only bend so far, so you are kind of stuck with like monster-y things. And I will admit, his little sled feet are designed that way to kind of keep a lot of his upper body, a lot of his like front heaviness in check. I'd say also his arms are also designed that way for the engineering of balance, and so was this piece coming out as a tail is also just kind of like this little heavy piece of plastic is there to also give him a counterweight. And then of course, waist swivel, the thing all toy collectors look for in a toy. He has it, and yeah, I like colors aside. I mean, he is meant to look like a dead thing, so he has got this like very dull gray, these oranges, these browns and cobalts and rust colors. But no, he still is just, colors aside, he is still a very unique toy, unique thing, and it also shows that like if Beastbox 5-2 Toys wanted to, they could compete with the main market when it comes to like transforming toys. I'd put this up there with any Transformer, any metal card bot, anything like that, and say that it's equal. And I would even say maybe it's better, like probably better plastic quality, better engineering. There's some, by themselves they are kind of meh, but when you get the whole thing together, it cannot be denied how just the personality, the coolness. Also, straight up Kamen Rider reference. So yeah, Kamen Rider Shin reference, really a Shin Kamen Rider reference. But yeah, it's very, I don't know what else to say, just kind of gushing on it. But yeah, no, the negatives, articulation's a little limited. The components by themselves are a little meh, and it's really only cool when you get the whole thing combined together. But look at it combined together. I don't know what else you'd say. This thing runs about $40, and they're shipping from China and Japan. So this is a toy from China, made in China, for Chinese children, and this is so getting this in America under these circumstances, I get if you can't do it or don't want to do it, and I don't blame you, because it would be like, when I got this thing in, the box was nearly destroyed because Customs was like not fucking with it, you know, understand? So like, I get it, but if you can get it, do it. If you have the money, you have the time, and you are capable of doing it, be you adult or child, I think both adult and children will have fun with this toy. There's really not a lot to be frustrated with. Yeah, I'd recommend it. I'd highly recommend it. But like I said, we do live in a fucked up world with dumbass politicians who don't know how business work, and tariffs. So, you know, can't blame me if you don't, but I would still recommend you do. Once again, though, can't blame me if you don't. All right, next time on Beastbox, we'll get a more traditional with another animal, a giraffe, to be exact. Thank you for watching to the end of this video. I am Zeke Fowler. I operate Cosmic_Rejects, a gaming channel on YouTube where I post archived content. Zeke Rambles on YouTube, my review channel where I review pop culture, and Zeke Cosmic Rejects, my Twitch channel, where I record the games, which will later be chopped up, edited, and archived onto the YouTube channel, Cosmic Rejects. Here's their schedules going forward.